One of the biggest objections that I hear when I'm selling AI products to businesses is that AI is a fad. We're too small. We don't need it, right? So I'm going to give you a perfect go-to story to sell your customers and make them understand not only do they need your AI products, they need them right now. If you don't know who I am Shark Z, and I made over $2 million last year selling AI. So let's get right into this. Believe it or not, some of you may not be old enough to remember the time before iPhones and smartphones. So I'm going to take you back all the way back to 2007. If you're brave, let me know in the comments how old you were back in 2007. But believe it or not, this is back when cell phones were in their infancy and people had crappy little flip phones. There's my best flip phone drawing, right? And then the iPhone came along. No keyboard, all touchscreen. It could make your phone calls, it could check your email, surf the web. It replaced your iPod. You could check your stocks. You could watch videos. You could use it as an alarm clock or calculator, check the weather, even a camera. Initially, people were dumbfounded and they was like, why would I need something like that? People thought it was a joke. They thought it was a fad. They thought it was a waste of money. They was like, "Oh, Apple, you're so popular. You already have your iPods. Why would you try to do all this and blase blase?" Even tech magazines like Engadget wrote articles that the iPhone was going to fail, right? All the way back in 2007, which looking at this now is hilarious, right? Absolutely hilarious. Because think about it. When the iPhone came out, what it can replace. Okay. Oh, I don't need to carry a flashlight anymore. Boom. That's my iPhone. Oh, I don't need to buy a GPS anymore. Boom. I can do it with my iPhone. Oh, I don't need to carry a camera anymore. I can use my iPhone. Boom. Oh, I don't need to carry a Game Boy or a DVD player or any kind of entertainment. It's all on my phone. And just even simple things like calculators and rudimentary electronic devices were all quickly replaced by the iPhone. And people started realizing this. They started seeing how important it was to have one of these devices with them. So think about it. You're back in 2007 and you have all these different devices. You just paid $200 for a Garmin. You just paid $100 for an answering machine. The calculator costs you $20. Your music player costs you $80. Oh, your DVD player just costs you $200. Oh, your game system just costs you $300. Oh, I just spent $400 on my iPod. Oh, I have to go to the store buy a flashlight for $20. Oh, a camera is another $300, right? So people quickly started to see the value in the iPhone. Instead of needing all these separate devices that with their own each problems, all their own different manufacturers and warranties and all the different things you just actually need to carry with you. People quickly realize that they could do it all with the iPhone. And today, you don't even have to explain that to someone. You don't have to explain what an iPhone does and how valuable it is, right? People will not live without these things. I mean, there's like depressions and anxieties nowadays that are literally due to phones and people not having their phones. They will return back to their house if they forgot their phone before, if they forgot their wallet or their keys or their kids or anything else, right? So if you think about back in 2007, when the iPhone first came out, it cost $500. And people thought it was too much. They got crazy. They was like, "Oh, what?" They was like $500. I can buy this Nokia right here for $20. It makes phone calls. It gets text, right? It's a phone. So why would I spend $500 for the iPhone? But then when people realized all of the capabilities and all the things that the iPhone could do, just off the top of my head, it could replace 20 devices. Like your GPS, your MP3 players, your cameras, etc., etc. That $500 price tag quickly is a $2,000 value because that one device cures all these other devices that you don't need anymore. So if I can tell you that, hey, you buy this one device for $500, you don't need these 20 other devices with 20 other problems and 20 other warranties and 20 other companies. You can do everything right with me. You see where I'm going with this? And people still didn't get it at first. And you can ask me because I sold these iPhones. That was actually how I learned my selling skills. Was with AT&T, and we made bank off of these iPhones. And one of the biggest ways that we sold it was not even like, because you try to explain the technical terms, all the ones and zeros to someone that's not technical, they don't get it. They don't care. They tune out. They think you're trying to make them sound dumb, whatever. But the way we would sell it is just show someone, hey, bro, check this out. We would pull the phone out and show them the beer drinking app. And people would buy the iPhone just to show their friends. Just something cool to do. They'd be like, hey, man, check this out. I just drank a beer from my phone. And people would be like, oh, where's your keyboard? Da da da. What else can it do? Da 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 da. So then their friends would come back in the next day and be like, bro, Bob told me that he just got one of these iPhones here. I need one too, man. I want to drink beer from my phone. So that's how it all started. The iPhone just didn't replace those 20 gadgets. It created an entirely new economy. Think about it. Without the iPhone, there wouldn't be the App Store. Okay? How many billions and trillions of dollars that people have made by selling apps, designing apps? Before the iPhone came out, there was no thing as the App Store of making apps or selling apps or making Candy Crush, right? Back then, because it was all Nintendo, Sega, right? PlayStation. It revolutionized everything, created new economies. Think about Uber, right? Before everyone had a smartphone with GPS, how would you be able to have an Uber company, right? So not only did a tool like the iPhone replace gadgets it actually started its own entire economic revolution. Which brings us to today. I'm making this video early March 2025. And AI is here. And people know it is not going anywhere. But we're in the same place as the 2007 iPhone. People in 2007, they heard about the iPhone, but they didn't know what it could do. And now, years later, we know that it revolutionized the entire world, which is the exact same thing that AI is doing. So, all right, let's think about it. How the iPhone replaced all those other gadgets. Your secretary or your receptionist. I hate to say it, but AI is going to replace that too. They're going to go bye-bye, right? And this is kind of like the hard truth, you know? Like when everyone already had a calculator on their phone, the guys that were selling calculators, they quickly went out of business or had to shift to something else because no one needed to buy a calculator anymore, especially in a general sense, right? You guys have already seen it. You go to any store, guess what? They want you to do self checkout, right? They want you to scan your own items, put it in the bag yourself, pay for it. And the human lines, I know when I go to my Walmart or my Target, or hell, even my grocery store, there's maybe 2 or 3 lanes open and then 30 self checkouts. So your normal cashier, they're going bye bye as well. And that's something you can see in your daily life already. And AI is just going to speed that process up. Your typical customer service reps or appointment setters or people who just answer the phone, right? At the dentist office and says, "Oh, hey, how late are you guys open today? Oh, hey, are you guys open on Memorial Day?" Right? All those simple inquiries are going to be gone as well, replaced by AI, right? We've already seen it with Tesla and self-driving cars. Soon, they're going to replace all the taxi drivers. After that, all the Uber drivers. And after that, all the truckers. So even the drivers aren't safe, right? And these are actual physical human capital, human labor that are getting replaced with AI. Not to mention just the regular tasks that we can replace or the other tools that we use. Think about the old DVD player, right? Now we have Netflix. So AI, it's not just a tool. It's going to be the foundation of every business. Think about it. Before the iPhone came along in 2007, how many people were buying on their mobile phone, right? Yeah, sure, some people maybe buy on their computer, right? A select few of people, but having that iPhone in people's pocket that where they could instantly anytime get that urge to buy something and then they could just pull their phone out of their pocket or get an alert on their phone. Those economies, those didn't exist back in 2007. So this is what you can tell your customers. All right. And there is data to back all of this up. What is the real cost of waiting? So if your competitor, let's say it's 2007, and your competitor had an iPhone, let's say he's a landscaper, for example. If he had an iPhone and his customer called him, he could immediately pick up that phone call, right? Yeah, it's a phone call. But at the same time, he could take a picture with his phone. He could send an email with his phone. He could have an app on his phone to send a proposal. Instantly, he could do all this while he's out on the lawnmower, right? Compared to someone back in 2007 who didn't have an iPhone, who still had a flip phone, right? What's he going to do if he's out on a lawnmower, right? He's going to be like, oh, I'll have to call you back. Let me get back to my office. Let me call my secretary, blase, blase, blase. So the same thing still rings true today. And guys, this is the data, bro. Anyone that adopts AI in their company, they're going to see a 40% productivity gain. And then lagging businesses are going to risk up to 30% revenue erosion in 5 years. So, like, waiting for, like, if someone says, oh, AI is not ready, or I need to think about it, we're not ready for AI, we're too small, whatever. Waiting for AI is going to be like waiting, till 2020 to get your first iPhone and learn how to send a picture message, right? Because the competition is going to wipe these people out, and that's the truth, and data backs that up. So adoption is not only inevitable, it's going to happen. Every single business that you talk to or meet or see or do business with is going to be affected by AI. It is inevitable. So that's why doing it now is urgent, because you're going to have to do it, right? It's like having a toothache, bro. All right, there's your mouth. All right, there's your teeth. All right, let's say you got some more teeth right here. Let's say you have a toothache. Let's say this tooth hurts. The longer you wait, it's going to get infected and go to the root, and you're going to have to get a root canal. You're just not going to have to get a cavity filled. You're just not going to have to get a tooth pulled. You're going to have the whole root taken out. And that root canal is going to cost you a lot more than what a simple cleaning or maintenance or a quick filling or something else, right? So if you don't adopt now, if you don't have the urgency, you're not going to regret it, because it's safe. Not only is it inevitable, it's going to happen, it's safe because it's going to save you time, money, improve efficiency, everything else, make your business grow. It's like no one regrets dipping their flip phone, right? I would implore you to go to any business owner, or pretty much anyone in the world, and ask if they want to ditch their iPhone for a flip phone. I doubt you get very many people that want to do that. So I want to know your guys' thoughts. As always, stay shark minded. I just wanted to give you guys some insights because a lot of people always will get on here and say, okay, I built this $5 billion automation, blah, 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 blah. But they don't really tell you the messaging and how you have to have these concepts and these theories. So when you talk to business owners, this is kind of want to be your frame and your point of view where you're coming from. I would love to know your thoughts where we're going to be with AI in the next 20 years. It's shark. Sweet Z. And I got some automations to build. I'm signing out. Peace.